Hey y'all, and welcome to the third episode of Scrub Grows Chasing Trends. On today's episode, I'm going to be drawing Beth Harmon from the Netflix show Queen's Gambit. So just a quick side note, I want to start off saying that if you have not watched Queen's Gambit, I highly recommend it. It is an absolutely stellar show. Beth is awesome, very strong female lead, and it's kind of a different story, but I really liked it as a whole. So today, along with talking about this piece, I'm going to talk about the very reason I'm even making this piece, which is the fact that this show kind of blew up and it's very popular. So one thing I've noticed from most artists or people who are trying to build a platform is that to get the most exposure, you have to follow whatever trends are going on. So whether it's like a popular show, film, game, or some other kind of viral challenge you have to do. So the whole purpose behind this is to kind of piggyback off of like the popularity of these events to bring exposure to yourself from just the giant number of people who are looking for any kind of information regarding this thing. So early on, I really wasn't a big fan of like fan art or following trends because I thought that was kind of unoriginal and that you really need to build your following and platform off of your original and unique work. As time has passed, I kind of see the benefits of it. So when you do fan art, it brings people to your page because they're a big fan of whatever you did and they're interested in this popular event as well. So once they show up, they can see this awesome fan art and be like, oh wow, this is super cool. While they're there, they can also see like your quality, like unique work or original art that you do yourself, and they could possibly be like, hey, this is awesome, I'm going to follow this person and I'm going to see where this goes, and you kind of build the following off of that. So I feel like by having some fan art on your page, it kind of brings more exposure to your page and lets people see that you have more to offer than just your original work, and you have stuff to offer them as well. Your page brings benefit to their interests as well. So I feel that having a mix of fan art and quality original work seems to be the best way to build your platform, at least until you can get to a point where only your normal and original work can sustain yourself. So going forward, even though I'm still trying to be better about it, I'm trying to focus more on like popular events and trends and try to participate in them and kind of build my platform that way. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. And see where I go, because at the same time I have my channel set up around like looking at popular games or shows or TV or like books or whatever, and studying like their art or the themes behind it and improving my skills, as well as supplying like fan art or original piece for everyone else. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this piece. So to start off with, this piece took me way longer than I ever expected it to. I just could not nail Beth's features. She has this very intense look, has like these deep eyes, and she has a very unique look about her face. And for some reason, I could not get it right at all. It took me so long during the studies to feel comfortable with doing an original piece on her. So when I finally was able to get something to click, I was so happy. So happy. And as soon as I like hit that, I was like, all right, while we're right in this high, let's go ahead and figure out what our composition's gonna look like, which again took me a really long time because I didn't want to do exactly what everyone else is doing online. I see a lot of people drawing the exact same portrait, and I didn't want to do anything exactly like that. I did want to focus on like her intensity and her uniqueness and what makes her her. So I literally drew like, I think it was like 10 different composition sketches until I finally came across one that I really liked. So when I started drawing it, I honestly didn't think it was going to take me that long. The rough sketch didn't take me very long, and even just doing like the cleaner sketch over it didn't take me very long. The inking took me a bit longer than I thought it would, just because I've been focusing more on the quality of my inking, because I feel like it's been getting better over time. So I really took my time with it and wanted to focus on like the different line weights to really make things pop, since she's kind of in like a neutral position. And also had a lot of anatomical struggles with her. Like, I could not get her hand right. So I literally did a pose myself and took a picture of myself in this pose and drew my hand, but kind of a slender version of my hand / arm. And I feel like it came out awesome. Super happy with that result. And after I finished all that, I took it into digital art. You may notice that I'm using a different format. In the previous video, I had a few recording issues, so I decided to mix it up and record my digital art like this, which honestly I'm a pretty big fan of. I feel like then people can see exactly what I'm doing with like the zooming, the undoing, everything every 2 seconds and stuff like that. But overall, I really liked it. The digital piece took me so long. The inking was fine, perfectly fine. And the coloring, I had a few issues with it because I couldn't get her hair or skin exactly how I wanted. Granted, I was happy with the end result, but it took me a bit longer to get to this destination. And then came the dreaded pills. I didn't want to just like go the easy route and kind of just do like a vague outline of the pills in the bottle. I wanted to really, I wanted to make all these pills. Granted, I copy and pasted, but I altered them. And it took me so long. I think honestly, out of this whole process, doing the pills in the bottle took the longest time. So much so that honestly, if I didn't cut it down, it would have been half this video. But I really love the effect that came out with the pills. So her clothes were pretty simple. So I really wanted to focus on her skin, and I thought I did really well with it. I wanted to focus on like hard shadows mainly, and then just incorporate like some softer shadows, which I don't know, as soon as I did like the soft shadows, it really made her whole face pop, and I was like, wow, this just took a big jump from where it was originally. Things I feel like I can improve on would be the hair. I'm still not the best at hair. I don't know what to do. So I think I need to do a few more studies on hair. So look forward to that going forward. I'm gonna really be pushing myself on the hair. So on my last video, I talked about how I struggled and I wasn't a big fan of my environment or my background. So while drawing this, I actually made a note that I was like, hey, you cannot slack on the background, make it solid. Even though I made it simple, I'm happy that I made an attempt. I feel like it came out pretty well overall. So this piece, I'm actually really happy with how it turned out, and I feel like I definitely improved in many ways with this piece in regards to like my patience, my anatomy, and some of my coloring. So I'm super happy with this. A big success for this episode of Scrub Grows. So I'm looking forward to the pieces going forward. But yeah, overall, solid piece. Super happy with how it came out, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I had a really good time making this, and I look forward to the next piece I'm going to be doing. So look forward to that next week. Thank you guys so much. I mean, so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts of this piece in the comments, and go check out my Instagram at drains_art. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Scrub Grows. Take care.